Do you know someone that is having issues with regulating their breaths? Let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Jill. Welcome to the A-Mom. Regulating your breath is very important, and it is not always the easiest thing to do. When people are in tough situations, in a lot of cases, we forget to breathe. Now, we might still be breathing, and I'm not saying we've literally stopped breathing and kaput, but we forget to actually take that deep breath in and deep breath out. And with that, your brain doesn't actually work to the full capacity that it can. So I want to show you a couple different techniques, especially when you're working with a child that is upset and needing to breathe. First, I want to say, never just say, just breathe. Because guess what? Just breathe means nothing to it. Someone that is dealing with what they're dealing with. If they're dealing with some form of anxiety, if they're dealing with something that's very upsetting or that made them angry or whatever the case is, telling someone to just breathe just doesn't work. The first one I would do, if you're working with a child that is really upset and is needing to breathe and you're realizing they're hyperventilating and you're just trying to get them to slow down and take those breaths, is actually mimic what you want to see. Overdo it. One of the things I also see it as is allowing you to take that breath, because dealing with children that are dealing with those big emotions is a lot of work yourself. And in a lot of cases, you need to take those breaths too, so you can deal with them cool-headedly. It is very easy for parents and teachers and whoever to get overwhelmed with a child with a big emotion, because it is a big emotion and that does get put on you. What I always do when I was working with students, and I still do it now, is when I want the child to take that big breath, I would actually show them what I wanted to do. I never told them that was what I was doing, but I would just be like, I need to take some big breaths. And it wasn't about them. It was about me. I needed to take that big breath. And they were just kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. And I would do, and I would over-exaggerate taking those big breaths in and taking those big breaths out. So that way the kid could see and hear my breaths. And one of the things that happens, we don't even mean to do, is we actually sync our breaths together. I think just by doing it yourself can actually help a child to regulate their own breathing. If that's not working and they need their own tools even to do it by themselves, so when they are alone, they can do it themselves. I love the 5-finger breaths. Those ones are always fun. So you put your hand out, you take your finger, you start here, you take an in-breath on going up, and exhale on going down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. That allows them to have the idea that they're in control, they have their finger, they know how to do it. And they don't need someone there to be able to control their breathing. Smelling the flowers. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So the idea is that your fingers going up and fingers going down, but it's the idea of you're smelling in the flowers, and it's you're smelling, so you're using your nose. Regulates the idea that you're breathing through your nose and not just through your mouth. Breathing through your mouth, that's fine, but in a lot of cases when we breathe through our mouth and only our mouths, we have a tendency of just doing very short breaths or very irregular breaths, where if you're breathing through your nose and breathing through your exhaling through your mouth, we get a full breath more so. There's been some studies about taking sips of water. It actually will help dealing with stress and anxiety and stuff like that. When a child is angry or sad or upset, they're most likely feeling other stuff too. They're most likely feeling a little bit of anxiety. They might be feeling that stress of something, to feel a certain way, to fit in, to, whatever the situation is. And so taking that sip of water actually will help that student quite a bit. Then we can also do, like I said, do the breathing, make sure that they are taking their breaths to make sure that they're regulating themselves. I think we need to teach children how to self-regulate. It is a very important skill set, one that I think some adults don't even have because they never got taught it. It's never too late. If you haven't learned how to self-regulate, you can totally self-regulate yourself. Learn how to breathe, learn how to be mindful. I used to be an education assistant and a support worker, so I worked with a lot of kids, and this is just what I have taken from it. I have seen quite a bit of people trying to deal with meltdowns and stuff like that, which really all what that is a child dealing with a big emotion. Something happened, they something feels unfair to them, something feels upsetting to them, and they can't necessarily put it in words. And I'm not saying those meltdowns aren't hard. What I'm trying to say is that these are some techniques that you can use so you can learn how to regulate yourself, but also regulate your child. Is there a breathing technique that you love that I didn't mention? Please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell button. Until next time, stay safe, stay lovely.